Title: My wife reserved our favorite restaurant, invited all our friends, then announced, "This marriage was a waste of time. I'm upgrading." It started with the clink of her glass, that delicate ring of crystal against crystal, the sound that used to mean celebration. But that night, it marked the end. We were at that restaurant, the one where I proposed. Same table, same dim amber light. She'd even ordered the same wine we shared the night I asked her to spend forever with me. Only this time, she wasn't toasting to forever. She stood, a hand on my shoulder like a stage cue, smiled at our friends, our circle, and announced, "This marriage was a waste of time. I'm upgrading." Laughter, applause, phones out. I think someone even recorded it. I didn't say a word. I didn't ask who. I didn't ask why. I just took off my wedding ring, set it beside the half-empty wine glass, and walked out. We met 12 years ago. She was lightning in a quiet room, sharp, alive, untouchable. I was the man who steadied her chaos, or so I thought. When I lost my job 3 years ago, she said, "We'll manage, together." And we did. I rebuilt, slowly, with her by my side. At least I believed she was. But that night at the restaurant, when I looked at her, really looked, I realized she'd left long before she said it out loud. A week later, her name was gone from our joint accounts. The passwords changed. I didn't chase. I just watched, quietly. Her new upgrade was a tech investor, slick suit, million-dollar grin. The kind of man who ordered scotch and made eye contact with the waiter too long. I found his name in her calendar before she thought to delete it. They moved fast. Pictures together, dinners, posts about new beginnings. She looked radiant in those photos. I noticed the necklace she wore. I'd bought it. 3 weeks after the public execution of our marriage, she called. Her tone was soft, almost embarrassed. "Hey, I need a favor," she said. "The new apartment lease needs a cosigner, just until my credit clears." Ah, the truth behind her independence. I said nothing. She filled the silence with sugar. "It's just temporary. You've always been good with these things. Please, Mark." Silence. That was my weapon now. I hung up without a word. That silence, she didn't know, wasn't empty. It was loaded. While she flaunted her new life online, I worked quietly behind the scenes. I didn't scream, I didn't beg. I read, studied, planned. Our assets were still technically shared until the divorce was finalized. I'd been the one who managed the finances, set up the accounts, filed the taxes. I knew where everything lived, legally, digitally, financially. She thought she'd walked away with half. She didn't realize she'd already spent most of what was hers funding his startup. The investor she was upgrading to had a track record of short-lived ventures. I confirmed it through a contact. 3 companies dissolved in 2 years. Lawsuits pending. He was smoke in a tailored suit. So I helped him burn. It started small. A single email sent to the wrong investor group, intentionally, from an anonymous account. It contained screenshots of his confidential proposals, cross-referenced with patent filings from other firms. Corporate theft. I didn't fake the evidence, I just revealed it. Within a week, whispers turned to investigations. His funding froze, accounts locked. Her boyfriend disappeared from her feed overnight. Then came the second stage. She called again. This time her voice cracked. "Mark, they're investigating everything. I don't know what's happening. He's blaming me." I let her talk. Every tear, every tremor. Music. Then, calmly, I said, "You chose him. That's what upgrades are, right? Better models, better outcomes, click. But revenge isn't about noise. It's about precision." I transferred the remaining funds from our joint business account, the one she forgot still listed me as a primary signer, into a new holding account under my name. Every cent was legally mine by then. I made sure of that through the divorce documents she barely skimmed before signing. She thought she'd outsmarted me. She didn't notice the clauses I'd rewritten. She didn't read the fine print of the man she underestimated. 3 days later, she showed up at my office. No makeup, no smile. Just desperation. "Please, Mark, I can't afford the rent. He's gone. They froze my accounts." I didn't know. I looked at her, truly looked. For the first time, I saw her not as my wife or my betrayer, but as someone drowning in the water she'd poured herself into. "Do you remember that night?" I asked. "The restaurant?" She swallowed. "Yes. You called it a waste of time." Her eyes filled. "I was angry." "No," I said. "You were honest." I reached into my drawer and pulled out the velvet box I'd kept. Opened it. Inside was the wedding ring I'd left on the table that night. "Here," I said, setting it in front of her. "It's yours. Pawn it. It'll buy you a few weeks." She stared at it like it was poison. "Mark, please." But I was already standing. "Some mistakes," I said quietly, "don't need revenge. They undo themselves." She left without the ring. A month later, I heard through mutual friends that she moved in with her sister. The investor disappeared overseas under investigation. Her name, once the toast of our circle, became a cautionary tale told in low tones over cocktails. As for me, I rebuilt, quietly, fully. I don't post photos, I don't attend dinners. I keep to myself, content in the calm after the storm I engineered. Because silence, I learned, is louder than revenge. And sometimes the sweetest justice isn't in what you do, it's in what you withhold.